How's it going, everybody? Rybrave here today, and we are back with another episode of our Summer Rebuild series, and in today's episode, we are doing the Edmonton Oilers. If you don't know what this series is by now, it is we get 3 seasons to win the Stanley Cup. The first season we win the Stanley Cup, that's where we end it. If we don't win a Stanley Cup, well, then that's an L. Right now, we're sitting at a nice 4 for 6. Just did the New York Rangers earlier today. It's a double upload day. We hit 15 likes. Can we hit 15 likes on this one? I'll keep this series chugging right along, guys. I got a whole list of teams to do. If you haven't seen your team on the playlist, go ahead and comment it down there in the comment section, because that's how I'm deciding on what team's going to come next. It's just based on whoever comments it first. So we are now doing the Edmonton Oilers today, and I am kind of excited about it. We'll have to check out the lines and see where we need to improve, and then oh yikes, I don't like Kyler Yamamoto up there. I dislike that. How about, okay, Nugent Hopkins up there? There's not really any kind of depth on this team, which is not so surprising. Would James Neal on the first line be a bad idea? I don't think so. I don't think that's a bad idea at all. There we go. Okay. I'm sorry, I'm just completely blitzing through any kind of like process and just going for it. Nobody on this, Ennis can take face off, so cool. Then we got Chase on with Nugent Hopkins and Athanasiou. Let's do Cassian up there instead of Chason, because Zach Cassian actually has a big contract extension coming up. But if I was to say anywhere on this team that needs some help, it would be the forward core. We definitely need somebody to pair with Draisaitl and McDavid. Defensively, it's not bad. It's not fantastic, but I wouldn't say it's bad by any stretch. I can definitely work with this. It's, doable. And then in goal, we have Mikko Koskinen and Mike Smith. Okay, scratched. Okay, interesting. The question is, do I split up Draisaitl and McDavid? I don't think I want to in Shell. In real life, it makes sense, but not in Shell. I'm going to look to see what we could trade for or trade and get, because we have prospects and players that I don't really want anymore. And like I said, 3 years. Some of these guys may not be, like Bouchard probably won't be a very impactful player. Broberg, same thing there. Lavoie. So these 3 guys are big trade chips for us. Decent value there. Goalie prospects. Stuart Skinner, if I could get something for him. How about draft picks? We have our first. Okay, so we have our first as another option, as another trade chip. Now let's go ahead and check out some bad salaries. Do we have many of those? James Neal. Question is, do I want to keep him? He looks good. He's just not good defensively. Maybe playing him with McDavid and Draisaitl gets him to jump up and his value would go up. Russell here has got a little bit of value. He's not even playing. Oh, look at that. I don't even have to throw anything in. Teams just want him. I will take that. Colorado. Awesome. And so we need to send down some players. Let's go ahead and send down Archibald. And is there already anybody in the system that's better? Paul Jujarvi. Yeah, I want to call up Paul Jujarvi. Cheyenne can get sent down and Haas can get sent down. I think that makes the most sense. And we'll call up Paul Jujarvi. Hope I'm saying his name right. I'm probably not, but we'll go. Where does he fit in? He's going to fit in on that bottom line. And you know what? Is he, what's his potential? Does he still have nice potential? Low elite, that's not bad. You never really know if low elite's going to jump up or not. Instead of Chason, Kyler Yamamoto for Kyra. Okay, so what do we got? 2-way forward, grinder, sniper. No wonder why that doesn't work. Let's do that. Pull Jarvie with Ennis and oh yeah, we can't throw a sniper down there. Whatever. We'll just do Puljujarvi, Ennis, and Yamamoto. Really don't like that third line. Maybe I'll get a defenseman, or really, I just need to round out this top 6. The defensive core can be fine as is. We'll hit best lines down there in the minors. Nobody there nobody's dying to be called up from what I can see. So let's see if we can find a trade. I don't think Puljujarvi's got that much trade value. Let's go to rookie. Is he a rookie still? I don't think so. Either that or he's got absolutely no trade value. Forwards, there he is. He's got a little bit of trade value, but like, what are we realistically going to get for him? Halak, we get ourselves a goaltender, but no. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and take a look at some trades here. Chris Kreider's not a bad option. That's definitely not a bad option. That's an upgrade option. That would cost us more money next year, but he's better than Puljujärvi. He's a power forward. He's only an 82, 83. So I'm going to keep looking around for trades, guys. I will catch up with you when I've got a trade. So, guys, the first trade I'm going to try and do is try and snag Kasperi Kapanen. I just like the way he looks, 84, 85, 84 shot, and then his 86 defensive awareness. So for a two-way forward, he's super well-rounded. He would slot in that middle six for us, which is where I think we need the most help. He's listed as a second-line forward. And maybe, you know, he's got high top nine potential. If he fits chemistry-wise with Draisaitl and McDavid, maybe I throw him up there. And all it's going to cost us is Chason. You know, who I just don't want to have to pay Chason the same as I would pay Kapanen. So it just kind of makes sense. Yurko, and then give Toronto their third back. Okay, I guess that doesn't work. Let's go ahead and throw in... Oh, a sixth is not going to get this thing to go, is it? Nope. Okay, they wanted Benning, but I didn't want to give up Benning. So let's go ahead and throw in next year's third as well. 2/3, why not? The picks don't do me any good. Okay, so they think they won that trade. Not by much, but they think they won it. And I'm liking that trade. We get an upgrade to Kapanen there. Looking a little bit better. The second line on paper now is, you know, it'd be McDavid, Draisaitl, Hopkins... Nugent Hopkins, excuse me, and then Kapanen, Athanasiou, and Cassian. So it's not bad. We got a bunch of these middling defensemen, 84, 83, 83, 81, Bear, and Benning. So let's go. Actually, wait, do we have a surplus of defensemen? No, we don't. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We have got Jones here, but like not exactly what I would call a surplus of defensemen. We have 6. So, yeah, I'm probably going to look to make one more trade to, again, strengthen the middle 6. I'd love to go get a first-line winger, but we just don't have the assets to give up. So I'm going to maybe make another trade. If not, I'll show you guys the lines before we get the simulation done. All right, guys, so the next trade we're going to do is trading Puljujärvi. Not only can I not say his name, he's low elite. I'm going to capitalize on his value now. And we're going to get Gustav Nyquist, 84 overall. He's going to probably be, that's our third best forward on the team. He's got great passing, offensive awareness. Defensive awareness is fine. He's got an 88 shot. He's that perfect second-line scorer. And I think that, you know, we just, as many decent players as we can get, I'm going to go for, right? See if we can round out the rest of the team, because we don't need any studs. We're set on stars. Obviously, we got McDavid and Draisaitl. We don't really need too much more. I'm going to propose that trade. There we go. That's going to go through, and I think we can just jump right into the lines. Maybe seeing the lines actually will help me understand more what we need. Best lines. Gustav Nyquist does not get us any kind of chemistry up there. Oh, wait. Gustav Nyquist up there gets us a +1. Kasperi Kapanen there. Okay. You know what? I can live with this. I can live with Neal, Hopkins, and Kapanen. I would probably like to... Oh, my sweet goodness. Probably... Yeah, Zach Cassian can go down there. Ennis is fine. He's a 79 overall sniper. Yeah, he's not great. I honestly... He's not that great. The third line... I think the third line is fine. Zach Cassian... Probably should look to move him before that contract extension goes in if he's not going to fit, you know, what we're doing here. Or I could just get rid of Jujar Kyra. I think it's Kyra, because he's a grinder, and I think that's what's throwing everything off here. So scratched. Do we have anybody scratched? Okay. In the system, we've got Haas here, who is a two-way forward, who I think is the same overall as Jujar. Yeah, so we'll, I think, scratch Jujar just because the chemistry issues. So in the system, Haas, he plays center too. That's great. We need a fourth line center. Edit the lines real quick. And best lines this. Then Riley Shan. I forgot we had Riley Shan. Jujar, you can go real quick, but we're gonna get the two-way forward there and go yes. And okay, perfect. So now if I move Cassian up, okay, so now we get a +1. Athanasiou down. Or Yamamoto down would get us a +1 here. Our coach is defensive, so he's gonna roll all 4 lines just fine. But I think Draisaitl, McDavid, Nyquist will be a good line because we got a sniper, playmaker, sniper. Maybe we'll try the two-way forward and Kapanen there to play with these two guys, because Kapanen can grow. Or I could do the +3 with James Neal there. See if I can salvage some of James Neal's value. And then have Kapanen, Nugent Hopkins, and Nyquist. I kind of like that. I kind of like that as a second line of Nyquist, Hopkins, Kapanen. James Neal up on that first line is just going to really help to maximize Draisaitl and McDavid. Defensively, no changes here. The only change could be Nurse for Larson. Apparently, it does help the second line, but not enough. Ethan Bear is an offensive defenseman, so that's interesting to see. So I would get a +1 if I move him up. Let's do that because he could grow. Mike Green is also an offensive defenseman, and we'll play with Matt Benning down there, two-way defender. And in goal, still same thing as Smith and Koskinen. I don't know who's going to get the majority of the time. Koskinen is absolutely a massive human being. I think we'll stick with Mike Smith, though, as our starter. Jujar is the only guy scratched, and those should be the lines for the first season. I don't want to do too much in season number 1. We'll see where things go from here. But I'm kind of optimistic that this season's going to be pretty good. I have options if I want to make some line changes, and James Neal's just not working, but I think it's going to be a good season ultimately, and I'm much looking forward to it. Here we are, guys, at the end of year number 1, and oh my God, McDavid was practically an assist per game, propelling us to what you would think is a really good season, and, well, you'd be correct. Only team in the Pacific, only team in the West to win 50 games. The East looked pretty strong this year, especially with the Maple Leafs getting 117 points. Panthers with 115 finishing second. Imagine getting 115 points and finishing second in your division. That's ridiculous. What else is ridiculous is McDavid having 121 points. Now, ladies and gentlemen, I do not change the sim settings. James Neal is a point per game, 42 goal scorer. You just got to play him with McDavid and Draisaitl. I'm glad I kept those two together because holy shit, what a line. 121, 117, so 200 point getters for us. And then James Neal with 83. Let's stick to the forwards. Ryan Nugent-Hopkins, Nyquist, and Yamamoto were our next best. Kasperi Kapanen got us 37 points, which is, solid for what I expected him to do. Nyquist, definitely a good acquisition as he puts up 42 and almost gets 20 goals. Nugent-Hopkins does get 20 goals. Kyler Yamamoto on the third line, a -14. Athanasiou, a -8. Nygaard got 26 points, Cassian with 23, and Haas with 21, Tyler Ennis with 13. So Tyler Ennis is somebody I want to move on from. He's definitely not good enough for the team. Ethan Bear playing in that middle pairing did well. Clefbaum on that top pairing. Nurse. Green did well. I mean, the whole team did just solid. I got to say, okay, so they just basically split the time between our two goaltenders. Mike Smith did get the nod for most of the games, but they pretty much put up similar stats, so we really didn't see one goalie get boosted or one goalie do better than the other. So I think McDavid should definitely be getting the Art Ross. Let's double check. And yeah, it is going to be a confirmed fact that we have the first and second point getters in the entire league. Malkin wins the Rocket Richard. Interesting. And we didn't have any defenders or any goaltenders that are going to get any kind of awards this year. So that's cool. More importantly, we came in first in the West. So that means we're going to have the easiest road through playing the Dallas Stars in round number 1. I can't believe we're still only listed as a hopeful, yet we finished with the best record in the West. And yeah, I don't understand. Taking a look at Dallas, they have Ben, Sagan, Radulov, Como, Pavelski, Hintz. Yeah, they could definitely use some of that those players that I went out after, like Kasperi Kapanen or Nyquist, just to fill out that second line. Defensively, they're pretty good. I wouldn't say they're too fantastic defensively, and then they have Ben Bishop, who is a really, really good goalie. But good goalies don't exactly matter all that much here in Chell. So, if you guys don't already know, we just quick simmed via the calendar for the every game that's not an elimination game. And then we will live sim any elimination game because I've got 3 seasons to get through here in one video. So I try not to drag it out too long for you guys. A 6-1 win in game number 1, a 4-3 win in game number 2, and a 4-3 overtime loss. Can we please win the third game here? We lose, and it's 2-2 now. Potential elimination game in game 6. And it is in our favor. Okay, so as much as I can't speak right now, we win 4-3 in game number 5, which means game number 6 is an elimination game that we will watch. And it sees us as a potential to get out of the first round. First period, we're up 3-1. I love it. Draisaitl, Clefbaum, and Yamamoto. You know what? Yamamoto, I think, is underrated simply because I think just playing with Ennis, he did not have a good season. But Radulov scored on Koskinen, so Koskinen is the one rocking there. Second period, we're still up 3-1. No goal scored in the second. We do get a power play, though, and are unable to capitalize on it, which is a little bummer. But 5 minutes gone here in the third. All that matters is we don't get scored on more than once. At least we outscore them by 1 goal in this period. But with 5 minutes to go, unless Dallas has got a last-minute comeback, which we've absolutely dominated them in this game here, guys. The shot totals are ridiculous. Whoo, Roop Hintz made me sweat for a quick second. I'm like, 13 seconds, but you never know. Quick fire, that would be insane. Could you imagine? That would be choke of the century. And we got it out of that series 4-2, 6 games. McDavid with 12 points. 2 goals, 10 assists. So a lot of assists for McDavid. He's not putting in that many goals. He's not having to carry solo. And it looks like we will be taking on the Arizona Coyotes in round number 2, is what I want to believe is what's going to happen. And I didn't look at the tree, but look at that. We are playing the Arizona Coyotes in round number 2. Let's take a look at them right now. What do they have? Hall, Schmaltz, and Kessel. So they don't have that first line center. They've got Keller, Stepan, and Fisher. That's a pretty decent second line. Dvorak, Soderberg, and Hinostroza, Grabner, Richardson, and Garland. Okay, so it's not a bad forward core. I can't say ours is too much better, but we do have McDavid and Draisaitl. It's really hard to not give us the edge with the forward core. Defensively, I definitely think they have the edge. They got Oliver Ekman-Larsson and Hjalmarsson, who I think are both better than any of our defensemen, but we'll see. And then they've got both Kemper and Ranta, basically the same situation as us, where they've got 2 very comparable goalies that they're probably just flipping in and out. So again, round number 2 now. Let's get into the first elimination game, which can be as soon as game number 4. Come on, boys, let's do it. 2-1 loss, a 4-3 overtime win. There we go. We're up 2-1 in the series after a 3-2 win on the road. Come on, win this one too. We lose. It is 2-2 yet again. A pivotal game number 5. Let's head up to game number 6 here. We win it. A 2-0 shutout victory. And now we are on the verge of the Western Conference Finals. Got to take care of business here. First, though, first period sees us up 1-0. Ryan Nugent-Hopkins on Darcy Kemper. Second period sees us go up 3-1 again. We're up 3-1 going into the third period of game 6. Draisaitl scores now. Phil Kessel answers to make it 2-1. And then Tyler Ennis, who I was saying we might move on from this offseason, if there is an offseason, it actually scores our third goal. I completely lost where I was going with that because I was saying, I'm being hopeful, but Soderberg is going to pull Arizona back within 1. We get a power play now, but Arizona is really pushing hard to get that third and equalizing goal, but 5 minutes to go here. It's still looking good for us. Come on, we can just hold it out. 2 minutes, 1 minute, 16 seconds. No late goals. No late goals this time, and another 3-2 victory in game number 6. Very, very parallel series here. Series 1 against the Stars. Series 2 here against Arizona is McDavid still leading the team with 2 points per game. Okay, Siri, you don't have to actually talk to me right now. Leon Draisaitl. Wow, McDavid had 12 points. Is there something else? No, Siri, there's nothing you can talk to me about, okay? I don't know why. Maybe she's just a Draisaitl fanboy. But 14 points for Draisaitl, and we will be taking on the Colorado Avalanche, who didn't have a good season, but came in hot into the playoffs. So did we, though. And over in the East, it's Washington Buffalo. Just like we all saw coming this season, where Buffalo's not even in the playoffs. Let's go ahead and check out the Colorado Avalanche lines. A team that I'm pretty afraid of it. They have the star power somewhat to match us. And then they have Landeskog on the second line. Okay, so they're spreading the wealth there. Comfer, Bellemare, Don. Okay, so it's a good forward core. Defensively, Cal Makar is really, really good at that hockey thing, and that's probably the best picture ever. Not gonna lie, I love the polka dot, the shirt over underneath the jersey. Anyway, a decent defensive core, and then in goal here, they have Philip Grubauer, and yeah, that's that. Let's get into the series here. I'm not gonna dilly-dally too much longer, so let's go ahead and get on into it. McDavid and Draisaitl are just, they're so good. I'm so happy I get to use them because I almost never do. And there's 3 straight losses. Oof, that is painful, baby. That is really, really painful. To see us go down 3-0? Oh, man. We're going to move James Neal down, I think. Actually, you know what? No. We're going to move Draisaitl down. Play him at center. Nugent-Hopkins down. Yamamoto up? Maybe? Go absolutely crazy here? Yeah, why not? right? We got to give it a shot. And just spreading out all the talent. We got to win the next 4 in a row. I don't know if it's going to happen. Damn it. You know, I hate getting this far into a season and so committed to it one season. And then stuff like this happen. So let's go ahead and jump into, I'm going to do it from the calendar view. That's been nice to us today. So let's give that a try. Let's jump in and see if we can win and not get swept. That's really what I'm hoping for right now. First period, we're up 3-0. Second period, we're up 5-0. And the end of the game, we win 7-2. Okay, awesome. You'll love to see that kind of bounce back. So we're not going to get swept. That's good news. Question is, can we win the next one? We're going to be on home ice. Can we make it 3-2? Maybe make Colorado start to sweat a bit? Give it a go. Give it a try, right? Why not? We show up. We got to play the games, right? First period, we're up 1-0. Second period, it's tied 1-1. It comes down to this period. If Colorado wins this period, they move on to the Stanley Cup Finals. If we win, we live to fight another day. And Jonas Donskoy is going to score. We are getting absolutely blitzed in shots right now. Come on, I still believe. We still got McDavid. We got Draisaitl. Come on, one of you guys do something. Power play, please. Equalize for us. No. Yes, Leon Draisaitl with 1:27 left. I was just about to give up all hope. And we got a chance here in overtime. Come on, McDavid. This is the time. This is like McDavid goes overdrive, right? Or Draisaitl goes overdrive. Not Colorado on the power play. Us on the power play, though. Oh, neither team on the power play is able to get anything done. A long time spent here in this overtime period. Do not let it be. It's wasted. I was going to say don't let it be wasted. We give away a power play. And Colorado is going to win 3-2 in overtime and deny us a trip to the Stanley Cup Finals in year number 1. That's okay. We'll get to the draft here and probably make some trades of bad contracts. Guys like maybe Cassian and Neil. Although Neil could jump. He just had a point per game. So I think I'm going to hang on to Neil because he might be good. So I will see you guys at the start of the draft. All right, guys. We are here at the draft. Nothing important is going to happen. Nothing exciting. We're just going to make some trades. Do I still have a first? I feel like I gave up my first. Oh, we do have a first. So what can we get for the first? We can get some future seconds and thirds. Let me see if I can use that in a trade for getting rid of Zach Cassian or something like that. Because Zach Cassian is not going to grow, really. Kyler Yamamoto grew nicely. McDavid's up to a 96 now. Mike Green is not on a bad contract. Who is on a bad contract? Zach Cassian is on a bad contract. Somebody want to take him from us? Oh, cool. We actually got some offers. I didn't think we'd actually get legitimate offers. It looks like it's just picks, Buffalo Sabres and Andre Sekera. 3rd and a 4th next year. Robin Leonard. Ooh. Robin Leonard's going to want some bucks, but he's an 87, I'm pretty sure. The chance to sign Robin Leonard and have him, because we're going to need a goaltender, right? Robin Leonard, yeah, he's an 87 overall starting goaltender. Let's do this. It's Zach Cassian, and his contract is coming off. So if we can sign Leonard for anything close to it, I'm down. So beautiful. That is, I think, a really great trade for us. And now we've got ourselves a starting goaltender. Look at that. And he's not signed to a contract extension. Let's go ahead and get rid of Mikko Koskinen in here. Probably just for the 2nd and the 4th. I'm going to accept that trade, right? I don't know why Boston wants more goalies, but sure. They just want to give me a bunch of picks here. I don't want picks. I want, let's see what we can get for Stuart Skinner and a first. Mark-Edward Vlasic. No thanks. I don't want that contract. We might be going after, like a Pietrangelo if he's, you know what? Why don't we go after Pietrangelo? He's going to be a free agent, right? Apparently Jonathan Toews is on the trade block. That would be an interesting get. Plus, we're going to have some cap space now. We do have to re-sign Robin Leonard, and if I do end up going after Alex Pietrangelo here, St. Louis Blues, is Pietrangelo still a thing? Is he still on the team? Yes, he is, and they don't have him signed to a contract extension, which means he'll be super cheap to get. Excuse me? No. I'm not doing that. I'll give you picks, but like I'm not giving you players. All right, so Benning I want to keep. Haas I probably want to keep. And Benson, do I want to keep Tyler Benson? Tyler Benson is not going to grow, so you can have him. Matt Benning and Haas I want to actually hang on to. So I'm going to have to throw in a little bit more. Let's see if I can throw in draft picks. How about a 3rd? For the 3rd and Benson for Pietrangelo? Awesome. And then maybe throw in the first. Who wants our first? Does anybody actually want our first? Oh, a couple teams here. Detroit wants our first, and LA and the Wild want our first. Actually, LA, what do you... Wow, they are picking second. Do they have any defensemen that I would be interested in getting? Drew Doughty would be very interesting, but I'm not going to get him. They took on Brian Dumoulin. I tried that once. I'm not going to do it again. Detroit Red Wings, Cholofsky. They don't really have a defenseman here. Do they have any forwards that I could, throw in? Perlini's not a bad option, not a bad shout. Oh my, on that contract he is. Alex Lafreniere, congratulations. You're an Anaheim Duck. So find a trade. Let's go ahead and throw in any rookie skaters that I don't foresee. Bouchard, and Lavoie, and Broberg, and a first. That's a lot of value. I don't know what we're going to get. None, because of course it only tries to match what people actually want. So let's go ahead, take off Broberg, and then do Lavoie and Bouchard, see what we can get. We can get Eric Stahl or Josh Bailey. I wouldn't mind 1 year of Eric Stahl. Again, another depth option there. Let's accept that. Yeah, Eric Stahl is, what's his overall? Is it like 85, I want to say? What's he looking like? The Magic Man. He's an 86. Bring in the Magic Man for just for a year. Come on. Strengthen the squad just that little bit more. Evan Bouchard he's only a 74. Why am I even hesitating? Awesome. So we get some picks as well, and I'm not actually gonna make the picks. But how about a first and then a rookie skater like Broberg? What would that net me? Nothing. Okay. How about a first and then goalies? Stuart Skinner. What do we get? We get some picks from the Red Wings. No, thank you. All right. You know what? I'll actually make my first round pick. Nobody up there wants to trade away their pick, so let's just sim to our pick. And see if there's maybe that medium elite guy on the board. No, it doesn't look like it. Gunler here could be. So you know what? We're going to take the shot on Gunler. Why not? Give it a go. Medium top 6 forward. We take that. And I will see you guys at the free agency period once I'm done with the re-signing. All right, guys, here we are at the start of the free agency period. The team looks really good, except for the fact that we don't have a goalie. We don't actually have a goalie. That's why we're listed as a rebuilder. So I'm going to do what I can to find a goaltender. Yeah, you can see our goaltending situation there. Maybe Buffalo has... No, Buffalo's got nobody either. I guess they let Ullmark walk. But I don't think we can even get Koskinen back. They must have traded... Oh, wow, I guess they want to trade away Kemper. I mean, he's a lot of value. I don't know what we could give up. We could give up Yamamoto and Nyquist. We'd have to give up some form of cap. And that's why all these are there. I think if I wanted to give up somebody... Let's do a quick check of the defensive core. I need to sign them too. We did get Pietrangelo back, which is awesome. So we're going to be absolutely stacked. But Bear is an 80 overall. And we got Pietrangelo, Clefbaum, Nurse, Larson, Bear, and Benning would be our pairings. I guess Jones could play in the NHL if need be. So I maybe want to get rid of Nurse because I think he's a little bit overpaid. Bear was playing on that middle pairing anyway. And this is really more of a cap dump than anything. It can't be Justin Williams, right? The Mr. Game 7. Let's see. What do we want to go after here? Pittsburgh Penguins picks. We can go after picks. I'd like to ideally trade with somebody who's not going to hinder my ability to win games or win the cup. So ideally, not going to trade with the Colorado Avalanche, even though they seem to be offering the most. Dallas is another team that would stand in our way. Florida is a team that probably won't stand in our way. The Devils are probably a team. The Rangers are another team like that. Pittsburgh, I don't know if he's going to make Pittsburgh all that much better. So I'm going to do that. We're going to get $5.6 million worth of cap space. Actually, you know what? What if I threw Nurse in a trade for a goaltender? That's actually not that bad of an idea. Do they have a backup goaltender that's decent? I need to find a team that has multiple goaltenders. They have Matt Murray, who is an RFA. I guess I could go after him, or I could go after Jari. Yeah, why don't I do Jari's stopgap? What is his overall? 83? I can take an 83. Yeah, you know what? Let me just raid their entire goaltending prospect depth, and we can also throw in a second, just for the fun of it. So let's do that. Nurse for 2 goalies and a second. Trade accepted. Beautiful. So we fixed our goaltending situation. Now I just have to go re-sign those guys that I didn't re-sign, the 2 defensemen. Bear. Wow, look at now we're listed as a champion. Look at that's how the turntables. But I'd love to go after some of these big guys, you know, just go all in, but we need 2 defensemen. Approached. I have 2 approached, right? Because I'm it's easier. What if I just went in through the view contract screen? That would probably be way easier. Yeah. So we're gonna do that. We're gonna sign both of these guys, and then so defensemen, because the forward core is stacked. In the system. There they are. We got worried for a second. Offer him a contract of 2 years at, 1.775. Actually, might undercut him just a bit, just like that. And then Benning will also try and give him a contract of 2 years at 1.5. Hopefully, both of these guys accept. I can't advance today, but that would mean our defensive core looks like Bear and Benning on the bottom pairing, then Pietrangelo and Clefbaum and Larson and Jones. Okay. Yeah, no, it would be Larson and Manning, I think. I could probably still go after somebody, an 82 overall defenseman or something like that in the free agent market. Simply because we're going to have that, because they only cost, what, like $3 million UFAs? Like a John Merrill even wouldn't be a bad bet. Or a Joel Edmondson. And Edmonton could be pretty good. Defensive defenseman looks not bad. Actually, Mike Green. We had Mike Green. We had our stint with Mike Green. He's 34 years old, but he had a good season with us, and we know did he fit the scheme at all? I forgot. I love it. We completely forgot whether or not he fits the scheme. It's like, oh, I thought when we got rid of him, we were just done. John Merrill does fit all defensive pairings as a defensive defenseman. Looks solid. Only wants 2.4. Now, Jay Bomeister, I think, is a little bit better. There's Andre Sekera, too. I know he's a former Oiler at one point in his career. He's an 80 overall as well. But then there's a guy like Kevin Miller here, who's just solid and does not fit the scheme. Okay. Merrill, potentially, 82. And Jay Bomeister. Who do I want? Mike Green, offensive defenseman. And you know what? We'll just try and bring back Mike Green just for, even if he wants only 1 year, 2.2 is fine. I can afford that. So we'll have a little bit, maybe 1 or 2 extra defensemen, but that's certainly not the end of the world. So we will advance. I can't believe we just rated Pittsburgh of their goaltenders to Smith and Jari. Mike Green accepted. Benning accepted. Bear accepted. Awesome. So we got all of them, and I think the team is going to look super good. So I will catch up with you guys when we check out the lines before the start of year number 2. So guys, let's jump into these lines before the season. And yes, I love to see James Neal up at an 86. That's even better for him. Ryan Nugent-Hopkins can stay, I guess, on that third line. Holy crap, did we just all of a sudden gain a ton of depth. Scratched, we've got Jones and Cooper Marody. Where did you come from? I don't know where you came from or where you're going to go. Just kidding. I know exactly where you're going to go. You're going to go right here. There we go. Beautiful. Jujar, I'm sorry. You're just not a good chemistry fit. Kapanen, really don't like seeing him drop in overall. Same thing with Gustav Nyquist. Like, they had good seasons. I don't understand. But the good news, and more good news, is that we can get +1s everywhere. And Clefbaum and Pietrangelo are a good pairing. And in goal, we've got Jari and DeSmith. You know what? I'll take an 83 Jari as our starter. I think these lines look really good. So let's jump up to the end of the season, and hopefully we can come back and, do just as good as we did, if not better. So we're here, and it's a lot less exciting. I don't know how. I don't get it. I just have no words for this season. It was embarrassing from the start. Our coach needs to be fired, and I'm going to do that right now because I'm sorry. You can't have this team, and yeah, you're fired. You're done. And you get to be promoted to interim NHL head coach. Look at that. Look at you. Go you. I love how we focus on defensemen, yet the Oilers have 2 of the best forwards in all of the NHL, maybe 2 top 10 forwards. No, not maybe. They have 2 top 10 forwards. They give me a coach that's focusing on defensemen. Anyway, 77 points, 37 wins, terrible season all around. So there are a couple new names on this team. I made some trades at the trade deadline. Looking forward to next season. So forward-wise, Draisaitl, Yamamoto having himself a good old time here. Nugent Hopkins, Stahl, Nyquist, Athanasiou, Marudi, it was fine for me. Cizikas is now here. Casey Cizikas, welcome to the squad. Yeah, trust me, I didn't think he was the answer. When we look at the defenseman, you'll see. I went ahead and nabbed Brent Burns, who ended up being a +2 here and finished with 13 points in 19 games. So definitely on the plus side of things. Yeah, Matt Benning, it was horrible. I had to get another defenseman. I traded away Mike Green. And then if we look at the goaltending situation, I brought in Darcy Kemper, who, as a starter for us, didn't do much better. Tristan Jarry was horrible. I just got rid of him. Wow, they don't even have him in the NHL? I swear to God I traded him to... No, he didn't get traded there. I forgot where I traded him. Whatever, he's gone, but the team played horribly, and... Well, we're hopefully going to have a high draft pick. We are Edmonton, so maybe the lottery is going to be rigged in our favor. So, listed as a champion, I don't understand how you do so poorly. Anyway, expiring contracts are Nugent Hopkins and Eric Stahl. The Eric Stahl experiment was fun while it lasted, I think, but I don't think I want to bring him back. I definitely want to bring back Yamamoto, and I definitely want to bring back Nugent Hopkins. What can I get? Can I get him on a 1-year deal? Is that going to be his cheapest? Is actually his 6 years. Can I get you down to like 5.75? Is that cool with you? Yamamoto, what do you want? And yeah, we have a lot of cap space. So 2 years is actually that sweet spot for his contract. So I'll do that and see if I can get him down to like 4.4. There we go. Larson's expiring. Athanasiou's expiring, but Athanasiou doesn't want to come back, and I could say goodbye. Thank you very much, and have a nice day. Adam Larson, definitely want to bring him back for, what's his sweet spot? 1 year? 1 year is probably a sweet spot for him at $4.2 million, so that should be good there. Goaltender-wise, Stuart Skinner's the only one expiring main roster. We have Kemper and DeSmith locked up for a very modest figure per the two of them. So... let's just head out to the end of the season. Hopefully those guys, Larson's back. Awesome. Wow, he responded instantly. Season's complete. Nugent Hopkins is back and Yamamoto is back. So those are the guys that we're going to re-sign. There's really not much left to do except see where we're going to draft in the draft lottery. So I'll catch up with you guys when we get to the draft. Ladies and gentlemen, the lottery gods are in our favor yet again. 6-2. Look at that. We jumped. You love to see it. Maybe this player that we draft, he's probably going to be trade bait more so than anything. He's going to be more valuable than pick number 2, I think. I'll see what I can get for pick number 2, and then I'll see what I can get for the player we end up drafting. But if we take a quick look at the draft class before jumping in, it looks like we're going to get, oh my God, Bryson Rome is a medium franchise player. But Atu Rati here is also pretty good. So we'll see who the computer decides to pick. Hopefully they take Rati and we can take Rome. It's not worth giving up assets to go to 1 because we're not building for the future. This is the last season coming up here. So sim the pick. Who are they taking? They're taking Rome, a 79 overall medium franchise. Oh man, I didn't scout him at all. I know Rati's high elite, so he's going to have the most value. He's not the greatest overall, being at a 76. The next pick would have been Forsberg at 74, medium elite. And then, I said I was going to look at what we could get for the pick. So I'm going to see what we can get for Rati, because he should have way more value than that pick. And no trades found. You love to see that. We might need to shed some cap if we want to get somebody worth that pick. But that's all said and done. The draft is all set. Wait, hold on. Before we do that, let's see if we can clear some cap space now for players. I already got rid of James Neal. That one's already done and dusted. Maybe I get rid of Gustav Nyquist, and then we go ahead and oh man, we don't really have a ton of players left on the roster. Maybe I'll just play Rati? Question mark. Gustav Nyquist, see if we can shed his salary. Capobianco might be a decent pickup. Radish could be a decent pickup. Let's take a look at Radish real quick. Oh, he's expiring. I don't want an expiring player because I don't want to have to go through the hassle of having to re-sign him. He's also a minor league player, so how about no? And how about we just dump Gustav Nyquist and his contract? He was a good pickup when we got him, but I'm kind of feeling like splashing. So let's go ahead and send him to St. Louis. Yeah, whatever. We'll send him to St. Louis. There we go. All right, and then we'll see what we can get for Rati. Probably nobody wants him still. That's what I figured. We'll see what happens when we get to the free agency period, but I'm at least trying to clear a little bit of cap space. We'll see how much we have. Maybe, I'm thinking we're probably going to need 10 million if we're going to flip Rati for something decent. So I'll do the re-signing, and I will catch up with you guys when we're done with that. All right, guys, here we are. It is now time to take a look at free agency. Doesn't look like a very good free agent crop, but we do have just about 11 million in cap space to spend. What I think I'm going to do is I'm going to find a trade for Rati. See what people want for him. See if we can maybe get a first line right winger to pair with McDavid and Draisaitl. And then we also, wait, when did we get this Clark dude? Brant Clark, I guess we drafted him without, good job, computer. Perron, Shen, okay, that's not exactly what I had in mind. What if we packaged them both together? What? No, nothing? Okay, you know what? I'm gonna go find my own trade and I'll be back when I've got something. All right, guys, we're gonna try and go after Patrick Kane to play with Draisaitl and McDavid. That will be just absolutely insane. That would be insane if it goes through. We're going to try and get rid of Rati and Clark. We're also going to try and take on Cuckoo here. Propose that trade. And all right, so they really think they won that trade. And that's fine with me because Patrick Kane is playing next to Draisaitl and McDavid. And oh boy, am I excited for it. Our defensive core is fine with Burns and Pietrangelo. Back there. If we take a quick look at it, you know, Pietrangelo, Burns, Clefbaum, Larson, Bear, and now we got Cuckoo. And then forward-wise, we have McDavid, Kane, Draisaitl, Hopkins, Stahl, Yamamoto, and then I probably need to focus on potentially getting some depth forwards. Maybe trading a guy like Nugent Hopkins and spreading the wealth out down there because we have 5.7 million. If I could maybe get a couple $2 million guys there, but we are listed as a champion. You know what? We're going to try and experiment. I'm going to have absolutely no depth. I'm going to have no bottom six and just really focus on my top six and the top talent we have on this team. This guy likes forwards. Tell me you like, oh yeah, he likes most of our guys. Is he the best fit? 59%. 59% seems like the best fit. So welcome, my guy. You are now our head coach. So I'm going to give him a ton of money. I will catch up with you guys at the start of next season. At the start of next season, here we go. Let's check out these lines. Don't look at the bottom two. Just look at the top one. The top one is literally insane. It is literally insane. Maruti, you get to play on the third line there. And okay, what is wrong with this line? Why don't they fit? Oh, it's a two-way forward, a sniper. Okay, yeah, there we go. We fixed it a little bit, I guess. Ryan Kuffner, welcome to the NHL. And there we go. I'm really, you know what? At this point, I'm just saying screw it. Let's have some fun with it. Burns, Pietrangelo, Larson, Clefbaum, Cuckoo, and Bear. Draisaitl, McDavid, Kane. I cannot wait to see how that sims. And we actually have a decent goalie in Darcy Kemper, backup of Casey DeSmith. So, looks fine to me. If I could find maybe some 78, 79s to fill out the bottom six, I will. I'm actually going to go try that right now because I have a couple defensemen I think I have signed NHL deals. So let me find a couple trades for just people on the block. So like if we scroll up here, I'm sure some teams have real like meh forwards on the block. Goligoski is not a forward. Buffalo, no, absolutely nobody from Buffalo on the block. Interesting. Yeah, I don't need them to be high value. Actually, I'd rather them not be high value or too good. Bowers would be good, but I don't think I have the stuff to get him. Kaut would probably be one of our better players down there. So So we're going to try it. No trades found. Okay, I guess they just don't want picks. Evan Rodriguez, but we don't have 2.4 million. I'm going to try and find a trade, guys. If I can't find one, I will just catch up with you guys later. So, guys, we're going to have to go two bottom line players here, Richie and Verano. I don't know how to say. Max here. Max and Brett are going to come over, and we're going to dump Archibald's contract and Matt Benning, who doesn't fit in. So that's about 2.9 we're giving up to take on 1.7. So that should work. That should go through. Verano is going to come up to the NHL. All right, so they thought that was an absolute steal for them. I'm going to tell the GM to go best roster. And all of a sudden, we found another $3 million in cap space. How did we find that? Who did we send down? Roster moves. Let's double check. Who's in the system? Nobody of importance is in the system. Okay, so we just all of a sudden found an extra 1.2 million in cap space, I guess, which I will take because that means then I can go trade for another fourth liner, third liner kind of guy, somebody in maybe an 80 overall. That's super cheap. I'm actually going to just go trade finder it or player find it. So I'll be back when I have another trade, but hopefully this experiment doesn't completely blow up in my face. You know what? We're just going for anything at this point. So let's just have some fun with it, right? So guys, I found pretty much a perfect player to go after. Klim Kostin here, 84 overall, and he's on still his ELC. What it looks like, and it looks like he's super duper good. 84 overall, you really can't pass that kind of guy up. So we're going to propose the trade. It's not up to snuff. What do you want? Do you guys want, you want fourths and fifths? How about next year's third? I'll throw in next year's third there. Is that gonna, nope, they're not, you're really not interested in all of these picks. I find, like, I have so many seconds, just take them. Actually, no, don't take all of them. Just, okay. You don't want all of my first 2 rounds worth of picks, and that's 5 picks for Klim Kostin. All right, so that would work. Let's try and finagle a little bit, just in case I need to keep a third to make some more moves. Oh, okay, so that's... Oh, you know what? Screw it, I'm done. I'm not going to haggle. Klim Kostin, welcome to the squad. I need to call somebody up, apparently, to make this work. So there we go. I was just kind of looking at players on cheap contracts, and he kind of stuck out as an 84 overall on a really cheap contract for a pretty gettable price. So let's check out the lines and the do or die year number 3 here. Looking, I think, a lot better. Best lines. Where is my boy? Klim, where you at? Where you out, bro? Are you in the system still? He's probably still in the system. I got to call him up to the NHL. Send somebody down. Maximov, we're going to send him down and call up Klim because he's an 84. Jesus, he would destroy the AHL, I would hope. And let's see what our lines look like after I throw him. Best lines it there, and Draisaitl up there, and then Klim. Okay, so let's do that. Yeah, I like that. I don't like the -2. Two-way gets me a -2. Or how about... do any of these guys fit the third line? Well, no, they don't. It's just the fact that, Kuffner really fits that line. So we're going to go with Vernon, and all of a sudden it doesn't look so bad. It doesn't look as bad as it once did. Looks a lot more reasonable. Eric Stahl probably is making, if I wanted this to be perfect, Eric Stahl's probably making too much, but he's at $3 million for a third line center is not bad. So we're going to leave it. We're going to go for it. Draisaitl, McDavid, Kane. I know you guys are excited to see how they're going to sim because I know I am. And hopefully, please, let's just have some playoffs. I just want to make the playoffs this year. I don't want to go back-to-back, no playoffs, and then end the video. All right, guys, here we are at the end of season number 3, and we do have playoffs. As you can see, McDavid with 87 points, the team with 103, 10 points above the Flames, and at least 14 above the Canucks. 103 is actually pretty good across the league. It was looking like we had a weak division, but then we started to pull away towards the end of the season. We really started to figure things out. The beginning of the season really did not go well for us. Like, I'm going to be honest with you. It was not a good or pretty start to the season. And it's the Patrick Kane Revenge Series. He gets to go back up against the Blackhawks. And Patrick Kane only finished with 78 points. Maybe it's diminishing returns to have him, Draisaitl, and McDavid on the same line. So maybe it'd be smart to move Yamamoto up and then Draisaitl down. Pietrangelo finished with a great season. Klim Kostin also had a great season with 53 points. The third line and the fourth line, well, were not great, but we didn't expect them to be great. The defensive core, though, however, did its job. Defensive and in goal, Darcy Kemper had a fine season. 910, 270. It's fine. It is what it is. So I'm potentially thinking about switching up these lines. The lines have not changed since the start of the season. I'm thinking about doing something like that and moving Klim Kostin up, getting the +3, and then having Draisaitl be my second line center. I think I'm actually going to stick with this because the second line had a good season and Klim Kostin had a really good season. And he's getting Patrick Kane and McDavid up +3. So that means McDavid's a 99. So we're going to leave that like that. If we lose 2 games, I'll switch it back. Two losses in the series. So we'll go up to 3. But we're going to start the series with a loss, and the second game is going to be a loss. Okay, so turns out you can't just absolutely stack one line or one or two lines, because then it just doesn't work, I guess. So we're going to move Draisaitl back up, get +1/+1, and hopefully not lose any more games in the series. Hopefully we just win the next 4. Let's do that. That would make me very, very happy. I'd really like not to end this on a first round elimination. Awesome, 3-1 win there. It's not an elimination game yet. A 7-6 overtime loss, so we're at least playing exciting hockey. I'm going to leave the lines because 3-1 and then 7-6 in overtime is not necessarily bad performances. It's a really tight series, though, altogether. First period, we're up 1-1. Yeah, Nylander, the replacement for Kane, scores as well as Clefbaum. After 2, it is still 1-1. We have a large majority of the shots, though. It'd be wrong for us not to get another goal here for the remainder of this game. I didn't check their lines. I apologize. If we lose, I'm not going to want to. Calvin DeHaan is going to score up 2-1 Chicago, and with the potential here to eliminate us and make this another L, so a double upload, double L. DeBrincat's going to pretty much assure us that it's a double upload, double L. So that was fun. That was a fun experiment. Apparently, you could stack your team all you want. You got to have the depth. You found out here, folks. You heard it here first. Can't just stack one line. I went Ultimate Oilers and stacked an entire line of 3 players and not just McDavid and Draisaitl. Now, I know they don't do that in real life, but that's a failure. That's on me. I maybe could have gone a little bit more seriously at it, or it's supposed to be hard, but you know what? I'm just having fun. So I hope you guys had fun too. Make sure to leave a like if you enjoyed it. Subscribe if you want to see some more, and I will see you guys in the next one.